Good morning, everybody. Okay, I have a lot of new people on my channel, and so I want to talk about the blossom bags. As you can see, I used quite a few of them. At the end of the season, I put them in this laundry bag, washed them, and then hung it on the clothesline to dry so they wouldn't blow everywhere. And this is a size big enough for tomatoes. The smaller ones, like medium to cherry. You do need bigger ones for the beef steaks. And the amazing thing with this greenhouse is you don't have to do the blossom bags in the greenhouse. So it's still early in the season, and I have a lot of new people on my channel. And so I'm going to help show you how to at least save seeds on like peppers and tomatoes. Yes, I have some issues going on in the greenhouse with condensation. It's going to be a while before I can get that fixed, but I wanted to show you on this tomato plant. And there's that frog, see? He's the one that's been chirping in here. Oh, yay. He just, oh wow, he just pissed everywhere. I scared him. Well, I knew he was in here and it was cold, and I went ahead and let him overwinter in here. The bad thing is that they do eat a lot of bugs, and I do have a lot of beneficial bugs I use in here, from lacewings to ladybugs. So as soon as it officially warms up for good, he's got to go back out. And if I can find that lizard again, same with the little lizard. So here's what you want to do to save your seeds on the heirlooms when you're growing them in the garden, where your pollinators could easily bring pollen around and cross-pollinate your crops. So right here, you want to do it right there before the bloom opens. Once it opens, then it's already at risk for it to have been pollinated from, right here to right there. As soon as it starts opening like that, it can get pollinated. So this is the stage where you want to bag the bloom. Now, mind you, if you are doing beef steaks, you're going to need a bag a lot bigger than this. And ask me how I know. I had completely forgot, and I was bagging some blooms in the garden before they opened. I put one of these on and forgot that it was a beef steak. I ended up having to cut the bag just to get the tomato out. So, I got these off of Amazon, and I got 300. I think I bought like 2 of them because I do a lot of seed saving. If you don't need that much, you can go to the dollar store, get you a Dollar Tree. I think you can get maybe 6 or 7. For now, $1.25. Not bad, but they're a little bit smaller than this. So share with some friends, get the bigger package. It's going to be cheaper and better. And if you can go to party favor stores or wedding favor stores, things like that, like your paper and envelope stores, probably your party planning stores is where you should probably check for these kind of bags that are bigger. All right, let me see here. I got some seed trays down here. So technically, you just want to cover this area. And I'm slipping that on carefully. And it's hard to do with one hand. It's actually easier to just open it like this with both hands and kind of guide the whole thing in. Now, as it's right here, just like this, you want to carefully cinch this closed. Let me see if I can. Don't really have anywhere to hold it. Let's see, right here. Cinch it closed lightly, not too tight. Just enough to where the wind won't take it off. Tighten it enough to where it won't cut the circulation off and actually run the stem, and probably needs to be a little bit tighter. And then as your tomato grows, wait till your tomatoes or tomato is big enough and ripe enough. Then take the bag off. Unless you got a super memory and you can remember where that bloom is, or where you bagged that bloom, it's just easier to just leave it on there until the tomato's ripe. Then you take the tomato off. You pull the bag off carefully. Then you take the tomato. You squeeze the tomato contents into a canning jar, like a small canning jar, with a little bit of water. You want to put the seeds and the pulp into the canning jar. You want to add just maybe about that much water. Kind of just lightly shake it a little bit. Just mix it. You want to set that on the counter. And then the next day, you want to come check on it. Just lightly shake it to about 3 days. You want that to ferment. This puts the bloom in protection onto the seed so you can officially save it. Then what I do is I take it and I put it in a mesh strainer. I rinse it, clean all the gelatinous muck off of it. Then I pop it into a little plastic container with a coffee filter in there with a label and the date. So you want to label the seed. You want a date, and then you let that dry officially. You want to make sure it's dry on the bottom of the seed too. So if the top's dry, you want to kind of just move it around like this. It takes sometimes up to a week. You just move the seeds around, get them dry. Then you want to put them in an envelope with the date, the name of the tomato variety. Then you want to put it in a bag, and then you want to put it in your refrigerator. Or if you have a nice cold storage, permanent cold storage, somewhere where they won't get hot and they won't get wet and they'll be viable. Tomato seeds can last up to 8 to 10 years if they're properly cared for. So that is my tip for saving seeds on tomatoes. You can do the same thing on peppers, and you can do the same thing on eggplants. There are other methods I can't show you right now on how to save corn from cross-pollination. There are lots of things you can do to keep your seeds pure and save money. Put those seeds up, share with family and friends, and you don't have to buy that seed packet again, because seed packets are going up. I've noticed $3, $4, even $5 for a packet now. So this is the best time with the inflation to save seeds. And just on heirlooms, I am not one of those people that save seeds from the grocery store. I'll tell you why. Number one, it's probably a commercial variety. Number two, it's probably cross-pollinated with everything and its brother, and it's grown with all kinds of chemicals and fertilizers, and you really don't want that. So you won't catch me doing that. I just don't agree with it. I know a lot of people do it, and you know, if they want to do it, that's fine. I don't recommend doing that. You want the pure seed, and this is the best way to do it. Now, you know, these two right there are kind of open, so if I was out in the garden, I wouldn't. I would do it when they're like this. So just remember that. And I hope you guys have a happy growing season. Save your seeds, grow your food, do everything you can to be as sustainable as possible, because food is ridiculous now. All right, you guys, it's Wendy at Hardneck Farms. Just some tips on seed saving. Y'all take care. God bless you. Psalm 35. Pray it daily, guys.